You guys were not kidding. I look so out of place.
It's temporary.
It's temporary until we can get
fine.
It's fine.
We just need to get some artwork for you. That's all it is,
all.
JoJo.
For those who don't know today, I mean, you should know. It's in our titles.
Oh yeah, intros. That's right.
Today is our anniversary. Our
Yay.
1 year anniversary of playing As Above, So Below. Morgan has been doing a wonderful job as our DM. His storytelling has been fantastic.
Kill me.
Chef's kiss. No, you're supposed to kill us, remember?
Oh,
He
right.
tried.
Oh, no, I haven't.
He's like, there's 37 more of me, asshole.
I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real. I've been playing hella nice.
I just know that 80% of us have not slept. And we got a 24-hour stream ahead of us.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So who is it?
Let's go.
Hold up. Let me ask a quick question.
Okay.
For those of you who are not us forced to work night shift before this all happened, what the bloody fuck?
I went to sleep, thank you very much.
You're married to me. You know I have insomnia.
I have insomnia too. It's just as bad as Bex.
Hey, that's why we send TikToks to each other at night.
Yeah.
I don't have any excuse. I'm just really excited.
I kid you not, chat. I kid you not. For every single one of your chats, I want them to know that at 2 a.m, I'm sitting there dead tired, working on cramming notes together, getting shit put together, making sure that combat is balanced. And I look over to the Discord, and it's like, memes! And I'm like, you son of a bitch. You bastards, you're having fun over there,
We
and
had
I'm
this
working.
emotional moment happening, and it's just memes.
I saw that when I woke up.
Like, dozens, if not hundreds of fucking memes.
I have to close the chat sometimes so I don't ruin the the in-character moment.
So, as y'all may see, that there is a wonderful little Muppet person next to us, Canadian boy. This is JoJo.
JoJo.
I'm Canadian.
He's going to be tuning in with us for today's stream. He's going to be a new character. Yeah. As you can see, his name is Luke, but we don't know anything else about him right now. He hasn't been introduced to us yet.
For now.
All I know is that you said he was a himbo, and I'm excited.
I know that he's a himbo and a fighter, and that's it.
I can swing sword.
The amount of fighters that we've had in this party who have come and gone.
I know.
Oh, God.
Poor Snack.
Well, she retired.
Mm.
And then Seraphina's a fighter now, too, and she almost died.
I'm gonna let you know right now. I'm pulling a Brendan Lee Mulligan. I am going to snack this entire fucking time.
There's nothing wrong
anyone,
with that.
You are
anyone who gives me
perfectly
shit
allowed.
in chat or anywhere else, I will find you.
We're all gonna be snacking, so y'all gotta deal with it.
I know who you all are. I know who my players are, but I'm talking to you, chat.
Oh, okay. I was like, don't feel insecure. I got 5 Nutri-Grain bars up my butt right now.
And I have a whole clip of me eating Cheez-Its that we made.
I'm sitting here with
hi, Scully. Hello, I saw the
Reese's Puff fucking cereal.
Reese's Puff.
Eat 'em up, eat 'em up, eat 'em up.
I have someone in my chat saying, hello, I saw the trailer on TikTok like an hour ago, and I'm very intrigued by the story. Awesome! That's the goal.
Fasten your fucking seatbelts.
Also, speaking of the trailer, we just talked about it while we were off on our BRB screen or whatever.
No, it's starting soon.
The starting soon. So we're going to actually show you guys the trailer that Lustria worked so damn hard on.
Hi, how are you?
We need to show it off. Now, it is still a work in progress. They plan on working on it some more.
I tried.
But it will give you a synopsis of what exactly has been going on up until this point.
Last 2 sessions, pretty much.
Last 2 or 3 sessions.
Really big sessions.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that up.
And I'm going to put that on the screen.
Put myself on mute so y'all can do that while I have a slight crisis.
Yeah, I would actually recommend anyone who's going to be watching this to, like, the party specifically, to go ahead and mute yourself.
Well,
that
fine.
way
Okay.
Well, that way the viewers can see it.
Yeah.
I
just need to double check and see if the audio's gonna do the audio thing.
Yeah. Let me make sure that my screen is set up to 1 second. It's gonna be black right now, so give it a sec. Hang on. I know.
Is it gonna work?
Hang on a second. Yeah,
I
it'll
just
work.
saw my
It's
fucking
fine.
Discord profile picture again.
Oh yeah. The blueberry.
The blueberry.
Okay.
Is it gonna work?
YouTubes? Yeah, everyone ready? Can y'all see it?
I think so. I hope the stream will pick it up.
Ready.
Yeah. Well, I have to do it differently on my screen. So 1 second.
I'm not just ready. I'm ready.
Right?
Ready. Your mouse. I'm gonna mute myself.
All right.
I will mute once we start playing.
I'm gonna mute now on Discord.
I can't see it.
I need you to promise me you will not provoke him. I warned you, Fran. Even if she lives, I'll get her soul eventually. How angry are you?
Pissed.
How much do you want them to know that?
Words cannot describe.
Then let me down.
When chaos reigned, we soared the skies under his arm. We struck down deity and demigod alike. But when he was locked away, we were slaughtered like sheep. I have no love for God.
I am so tired of listening to gods tell me what I should and shouldn't fucking do. I am tired of fates and outcomes, and I'm done letting gods decide what they want to do with me.
You are a fool. Your friends are broken down. Your allies weakened. You died, my child. Wake up. It's time to deal with the consequences.
Everyone warned you. Everyone warned you to shut your fucking mouth for once. People have given so much for you. Why? So that you can follow a fucking corpse.
What am I supposed to do when I have had everything taken away from me?
Break him! Kill your uncle if you need to. You've lost everything, so has he. So has she. Ragnar is the only of his kind here. And I lost everything a long fucking time ago.
You are the closest thing I have to family, Serafina. I will not watch you kill yourself and those around you.
So make a decision. And once you make yours, I'll make mine.
No, if I can, Garum.
Then lean on us. Stop using us.
Yay!
Yay!
So good.
All of that was done by Lustria. So please
so
give
much time.
Too much time. I mean, like,
I want to point out most of that.
So much.
I want to point out most of that was done in less than a month.
I think it was done in at least like a week or so.
That was like a week or two.
Yeah, and let's just poured their fucking heart and soul into it. And I'm very thankful you could take my cringy ass drawings and look dope.
Yeah.
So I'm very
so
proud
of you, Lestria.
Thank you. Y'all gonna make me cry.
Wow. You deserve the love. You've done so well. And I know you worked really hard and you were so worried about getting it done in time for today. But honestly, even with just that, even with the work in progress stuff, it looks phenomenal. It's so good.
Thank
you.
It's so cinematic. I'm like, I'm in a movie.
Right?
I'm in a movie.
But
oh.
All right, DM, I'll let you take it away.
May says, God, Daddy Garum is so hot, I want him to yell at me.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he is.
Someone get the squirt gun.
I want y'all.
I'm on it.
I want to first off thank everybody for getting together today, whether that be chat or my players, so on and so forth. This is something we've been wanting to do for a while. It took us quite a bit of time to plan it, pick a date and everything. But this is the culmination of damn near 2+ years.
It'll be 2 years in June, I think.
Yeah.
June or August, one of those.
And so we have been playing this campaign for a long time, and it took us a little while to get into like the meat of the story, because it was more so
trying to get the feel of things.
Get the feel of things, as well as let the characters lead the story. And now we are at this like crescendo of a moment. I will go ahead and read some things. First and foremost, thank you again to my players for being here. Thank you for dealing with me being fucking sleep deprived and manic for the past God knows how long. Thank you to chat for coming in to hang with us. I know that there's a lot of things that people could be doing on a Sunday. And the fact that you're willing to spend even a few minutes with us is fucking amazing. So thank you.
Yes.
I'm going to put away my niceness and go back to being a degenerate now. So that we can go ahead and get this started. Y'all, I have so much shit made for this next fucking 12 hours.
I'm so excited.
I've got at least 3 chapters is what I'm calling them at this point.
Ooh.
My dice are ready.
And so
my body is ready.
First and foremost, okay, we are going to go ahead and in world summarize what has happened.
Yes.
Oh yes.
The party is currently in a town known as Lake Hill. Okay. This town, I'm going to go ahead and ask that everybody go to the maps. If you want to show the map to your peeps.
Okay.
Lake Hill is a town north of Ashengard, which is actually Lustria's character hometown.
Where are you wanting us to look, DM?
So if you go to maps, and you scroll up, you'll see where it says updated area map, and then it has like information about Lake Hill.
Mm-hmm.
So you can actually take a look at the updated area map.
I'm not seeing an updated one, but I see the one you posted above the ships.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
Yeah, so it's not that one, the one right above that.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it says updated area map. So you can actually see Lake Hill is actually right up against a large body of water. This body of water runs and connects all the way to the ocean north of the continent. Lake Hill is a port town where the party has found themselves for quite some time, as a lot has happened, from making friends with the local church to being the cause of the death of a goddess, Woken. Long story short, our players came into contact with Asmodeus after freeing 2 devils and demons and taking a ship back. Once they took the ship back, they freed these demons. They then went ahead and were discussing what to do next when the name of Asmodeus was dropped. And in this world, whenever a deity's name is said, they have the ability to peer in and interact. And Asmodeus took that chance out of curiosity of the people who not only freed his devils, but allowed them to still roam the material plane, mostly because they weren't strong enough to deal with them directly. This culminated in a scenario in which Asmodeus was confrontational with the party. And after being warned several times, Lustrious character Seraphina called Asmodeus a little bitch.
Not a little bitch. She said fucking bitch.
He was being one.
And
as you saw in the animatic, she was struck down for doing so. They rushed her to the local church where the goddess Vulcan was in disguise and saved Seraphina. But in the process was corrupted and corroded by Asmodeus because he was going to take his dues. Vulcan is gone. Church of Merchants that our lovely Fran, played by Beck, this is his hometown. This is where he grew up. But this church is now falling apart. Fran was an agent of a foreign kingdom that decided to help the party rather than turn them in or kill them. And I can't help but wonder if that was the right choice, Fran. Gragnar is a kobold from the kingdom, from the underground kingdom Darakivan, which the party will be heading back to. Because Lustria's mother, or Seraphina's mother, appears to be there as a twisted, mutilated, morphed form of herself. Possibly leading the kobolds as a dragon. Sam, our wonderful captain, received her ship back and believes that if necessary, she can leave. But we'll see just how far she's tied into this story today. And just how little freedom she might truly have.
What?
Let us continue with the games.
I'm scared.
We're going to start 24 hours after Seraphina was healed. Her body was nearly sliced in half, a large gash through her center, and she was saved by the goddess Vulcan. Gold and silver and platinum now makes up a good fourth of her body mass. Her hand missing, now replaced by gold. Her stomach now replaced by gold. She fought with her predecessor and her teacher, Garum, someone who was like a father to her. As you saw in the animatic, he too was disheartened by her choice and wording and what happened. And with Fran, gave her an ultimatum. Let us help you and stop using us, or go on with your way. 24 hours afterwards, the power of Woken and the clerics and paladins has begun to fade. Normally, what would take a day or two to heal is slow and painful for you, Seraphina. But you're able to move now. Now, you had said that once you were up and ready to move, you wanted to spend some time with a particular player. Correct?
I did?
Yes, you brought up Fran.
Oh.
Do you not remember that? You messaged me at like 3 a.m. a week ago.
Oh.
Talking about how you wanted to take some time for them to try to heal, if possible.
I'm confused.
Okay. So, let me ask, who would you want to look after you while you're healing?
To look after me?
Yes.
At the moment, I am not sure. Due to the party's hostileness.
In that case, the redhead, Lilith. who's been in the church that you all have never actually asked her name, is the one is the one looking after you. She's the one that has been beside Yolanda the most outside of Fran. And in the few moments that Yolanda has been lucid after the power of Vulcan has weakened, leaving her to go senile, she's been giving out a few commands. Firstly, your party was given a lump sum of 550 gold to cover all of the things that was promised to you in trade. It's a lump sum, so it's not exact, but...
Like each, or just...
As a whole.
Okay.
Yolanda wanted to make sure that you could get what you were owed while she still remembered. On top of that, Lilith, despite taking care of you, hasn't really said much to you. It's very obvious that she's putting on a show to be polite, because that was asked of her. There's an undercurrent of hostility, not just towards you, but towards the party as a whole, excluding Fran. As Lilith grew up with Fran, and they both looked to Yolanda as a mother. What do you do during the 24 hours that you are essentially locked up, unable to move because your neck was snapped? As it heals and you gain back your ability to move over the next 24 hours, what do you choose to do or say?
I want to say that I'd just be sitting there thinking a lot.
About?
Everything going on. Like the whole shit with Osmodeus and the party laying in on her about everything.
You have your mirror with you.
I do.
Is it something you're looking at right now, or is it something you have to put away?
I guess I'll say I'm looking at it.
Your mirror, which for the people in chat is a magical item given by Osmodeus, allowing her to see the whereabouts of her dead husband. A walking corpse. Less man, more construct. The black lipstick on the mirror transforms into him as you see him stand. You do not see his chest rise or fall. You merely see what looks to be like ink in the form of black smoke and fire licking at his face. Probably from the flame that's in his chest, keeping him mobile. But he stands still. Every so often, he's called by your uncle, King of Ashengard, to try an experiment. You've seen them a couple times. Basically testing his strength, his durability, and his speed, like he's a toy or a machine. The more you watch, the more it becomes real to you that that is not your husband. That is a construct, using the facade of a dead man.
You cut
cutting
out.
DM.
Speak into your mic.
The more you look at it, the more you watch, the more you see these experiments, the more you realize that that is not your husband. It's a construct, wearing the facade of a dead man. It doesn't breathe. It doesn't move like him. It barely looks like him. And this is what you're stuck with for 24 hours. This is your entertainment and curse. Would you say
Well, you
that...
said I'm able to move and stuff, right?
Yep, by the end of the 24 hours, you've been healed enough that you can move.
I want to say I'm kind of sitting there staring at the mirror. And I'm just getting more and more upset. And she's going to throw the mirror as hard as she can across the room.
All right, you throw it across the room. It bangs against the wooden wall. Plaster's chipped. You're realizing by now your strength is coming back, as every hour on the hour they come and they do some form of magical healing to you.
Mm-hmm.
Lilith, as she throws it, walks into the room with almost a jerk, a jump, as she hears it hit and land. She walks over and picks it up and looks at it. And for a split second, it's almost like she sees something herself. Her lips perch a bit, pinching. And you see them turn white as she walks over and sets it down on the table next to you. Has no one come to visit you?
No. But I don't blame them.
Seems to think for a second. When you're better, talk to them.
I don't know if that's going to help anything.
Do it for everyone else. A lot has happened to keep you safe. Don't let it be for naught. And she sets down a bowl of fruit, some water. Don't let Fran's choice be for naught. Don't let Yolanda's be for naught. And most definitely do not let Vulcan's, our goddess's choice, be for naught.
She's going to look a little scorned at the mention of Welkin, but not say anything.
You can wipe that off your face. And she turns and leaves. We're going to go ahead and jump to Fran. What are you doing during the 24 hours that you are essentially waiting? You could be helping with the ship to get ready. You could be sitting alone in your room with Ragnar, doing bro stuff, you know? Because you're 5 feet close because you're not gay.
I would say Fran would be in the room with Ragnar and kind of like going stir crazy, like pacing back and forth. And he's just gonna stop and he's gonna look at Ragnar and go, "We should go out and get something to eat.
Oh, we gotta
Something
see
good.
If it's a bones or no bones day."
Yes.
Is it a bones or no bones?
So for chat, bones or no bones refers to the fact of whether Ragnar is going to literally be a 4-foot kobold or a 6'7" dragonborn.
Bones day. Bones
We need
day,
Daddy
bones
Ragnar.
day, Bones day. Bones day.
Bones day.
Yay!
Dadnar's here.
Dadnar's here!
So Fran's gonna stop, and then instead of looking down at him, he's gonna look up. Look up. We should go get something to eat. Just something really yummy, something really tasty, something so good that it gets this bad taste out of my mouth.
Sounds good to me.
Perfect. And Fran's gonna take Ragnar to his favorite bar, which would be the place that everyone met at before with the little goblin lady.
Yes. Let me real quick.
Yeah.
Let me real quick look up her name again because it's Agatha. Alrighty. So for those who don't know, you will soon find out. Agatha's a thirsty bitch. So you two proceed to head over to Agatha's, and to get to Agatha's, you have to pass the shipyard. Okay?
Yeah.
you can in the distance see Garum on the head of the ship. Looks like he's working on some ropes or something like that, but he doesn't see you guys, and you proceed to move forward. Takes you about 30 minutes, like usual, to get to Agatha's bar.
Actually, no. If we see Garum, I'm gonna stop for a second and call out to him. Garum!
He is working on rope. He seems to be hyper-focused.
Hey, Gragnar. How good are you at throwing pebbles?
Do you want them to hurt, or do you want to just get his attention?
I just want to get his attention.
I can do hurt.
Okay, hang on. And Fran's gonna pick up the tiniest pebble he can find, and he's gonna try to throw it at Garum to get his attention.
Make a fucking strength check, I guess.
Oh, yay. My strength is a +0.
Let's roll the game, guys. Let's see how this goes.
Technically, to roll performance, technically, since they're trying to perform.
No, it's a strength check.
It's
I'm trying to help.
No, you're good. It's just an 11.
DM.
You chuck it, you kind of lob it more than anything. Like, it goes the distance, but it, like, lands short. Like, there's water, about 5 feet of water in front of it, and you see a bloop.
Yeah, fuck it, I'll try.
Oh, no.
I'm gonna pick up a rock and throw it. Okay, the only thing about this dragon form that you mentioned is my strength is counted as if I was large.
Yes.
No, that's lifting things. Never mind. Excuse me. Ignore me. I have a -2.
All right, throw.
Worse.
Oh.
Then an 11?
11?
Yes, I rolled 11 on the die, and I have an 8 strength.
Okay, so -2, so it's going to be a 9.
Oh.
So Gragnar picks up a pebble. It's a little bit bigger than yours. It's more like a rock. And he goes to chug it, and it doesn't even go half the distance yours did, Fran. It lands like, and it hits one of the crates.
One of the townspeople.
It hits one of the crates, and there's like an audible crack noise because he actually threw it pretty hard.
Fran's like, go! And he like pushes Gragnar and then runs.
You hear someone go, "Oh my god, the trout! Oh my god!"
Run!
Who would do this?
And then we head to the bar.
And as you guys leave the scene, Garum hears that one guy yelling and turns like this. What the fuck is happening? And there's just some poor trout salesman there, sitting there looking at his shipment spilt all over the ground.
Is this guy going to be our version of the cabbage guy?
Can he please be the cabbage man?
My trout! As you all
shit, holy fuck.
As you book it down the road, you eventually come to Agatha's bar. And again, Agatha's bar is kind of, for descriptive purposes, it's in an alleyway that's like 3 alleyways down from a road. It is a hole in the wall type place that really more mercenaries and unsavory folks show up to. As you walk into Agatha's place, she recognizes you, Fran, and she waves, and she sees the Dragonborn, and she looks at him, and she shrugs.
Oh.
Who's your friend?
Oh, you've met before. This is Gragnar.
What's up?
Don't fuck with me, Fran. Ragnar's a short king, and this is some Goliath motherfucker.
Yeah, this is still Gragnar. He's having a bones day.
A fucking what?
It's hard to explain. We're here for food.
She walks over to him, She stares at his crotch for a solid 5 seconds. Oh my god, it is him.
Oh my god.
You
come in fun size and mountain climbing.
Oh, Agatha.
Man, I told you one day I was gonna climb this, man, and now I know I can.
Yep, you sure did say that. So about that food.
Anything for you. You pay though, Fran.
Yeah, I know. I always do.
What you need?
Steak.
Who fucking died?
Just get steak.
Well, you see.
Okay.
Loaded question.
And she proceeds to head back behind the table. 2 dead, butchered cows. Want to hear them bleed, or do you want to hear them dried to hell?
Bleed, please.
All right, I want to hear them moo, Jeffrey. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Will do.
You don't even need to cook mine. Just bring me the slab.
Sir, for health reasons and purposes, I must at least sear the edges. Don't worry, it'll be blue, which means red, technically.
When he says blue, he's just trying to say moo, but he has to legally say blue.
No, I mean, it's blue, like, that's the way you prepare it.
Just go to the back. Go.
Okay.
Go.
This furball feller, who appears to be new to the shop, new to the bar. He's this big 8-foot tall furball. Goes back there. For those who don't know, furballs are
Massive.
They're massive. They are built. Think of like actual trolls from Norse and things like that who have little tails and everything. They're actually fairly cute. But they're
soft minotaurs.
Yeah, they're like soft minotaurs.
Aww.
And you can essentially imagine he's going back there and he's got a little apron on that's 3 sizes too small for him. And he starts cooking. And he's whips it out real fucking quick. The meals come to you guys and he delivers them for you. Agatha is sitting there staring all kind of dreamily at Gragnar, who, by the way, chat, is the most like ragingly ace character I've ever seen in media.
Yeah.
Angrily so ace. And it's brilliant, and we love the representation.
It's just funny because it didn't even do it on purpose; it just happened.
You're doing my ace brethren well.
Demon's discovering all sorts of sides to himself in this game. And as you all begin to eat your food, Agatha sends over mead and beer and whiskey. She lines your table, and she walks past you, Fran, and she stops for a split second. She'll be missed.
Yeah.
I'll only say this once. Today's on me.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. And she proceeds to walk away. What do y'all discuss or talk about or do, if anything, while you eat?
Fran is going to be just slowly eating his food and kind of like staring off into space almost.
Do you know any places that sell fucking like recipe books for like potions and like ingredients and shit like that aren't gonna rip me off?
Yeah, I know at least 2 of them. Well, that won't rip you out. Okay, yeah, there's one.
Yeah, I would like actual recipes to be able to make, because I know I can't just walk into a random fucking alchemist shop and be like, yo, tell me how to make this potion, because, you know, like...
There is an older gentleman at the church. We can talk to him. I don't know if he'll sell it to you, but he can probably sell you a recipe or two. He won't have any potions readily available, just something.
I mean, I could just make them. I just haven't been making them because I've been making bombs.
Fair. That is fair. I would also recommend the farmer's market that's outside of the church. They usually have some dried ingredients. Most people just use them for seasonings or herbs and remedies and stuff like that, but you can use them in your potions.
Yeah, because we have a little bit of time, so I'm like, I could probably whip up like a couple health potions, and I want to see if I can get a recipe for growth potions, because that would be great if I could keep that on tap for some of these plans I have.
You're going to need more bottles, huh?
Oh, I have plenty of bottles.
Oh.
How many bottles do I have? Hold on.
He's just like digging through his bag. You just hear like
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6.
You hear a cat just.
I have 16 empty potion bottles. I think I'm good.
Was that Mr. Whiskers?
No.
Oh.
I don't think living things can survive in here anyway.
Oh. Oh.
I mean, there's like no air. I don't know how they fucking work. I'm just assuming there's no air in the bag.
Mr. Whiskers just flies out towards your face.
I guess the cat's out of the bag.
Oh my god.
Back, Ron, lose 50 experience.
We were just watching that earlier.
Yeah.
As you all are kind of sitting here, Gragnar, your conversation. Fran, am I right? Because it sounds like you picked up a little bit in your conversation. You're a little less distracted when you were talking with Gragnar. You're feeling a little bit better, or no?
Yeah, a little bit better.
Okay. With that, you two start discussing the fact that Gragnar hasn't technically been making bombs and that he's totally been doing no war crimes since being in the city. We are going to go ahead while you two eat your food and relax, jump over to Sam. Sam, you, despite everything, still had a handful of interviews to do. Just a few more people to get on the ship if you could. The last few you've kind of turned away because, well, they just weren't qualified. A letter from one man's mother saying he would be a great addition to your crew is not enough to get someone hired. But then someone walks in. And you are surprised. Because Celestian, or dark folk, are very rare. They're amphibious, but they are considered large creatures. Easily on the short end 7 foot tall. Big shark heads on big buff shark bodies. Bipedal. This one walks in overalls. He seems to be twisting a towel around his hand, like a nervous fidget, which contrasts with his very ginormous body.
It's kind of cute.
I'm here for the chef position.
Wow. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not used to seeing your kind of folk around here.
Oh, yes, ma'am. This is a bit far inland for us, but do what you gotta do, find good work.
I totally agree. Why don't you take a seat?
Thank you. And he sits in this little bitty chair that's meant for a normal sized person, and it is just, it's like watching a grown ass man sit in a little kid's chair for a tea party.
Am I taking these interviews on the ship, or am I somewhere else?
You're taking them on the ship, mostly because it allows you to see how people react. As the ship rocks back and forth, you've been able to dismiss a few people for motion sickness before they even got to you.
And are we just in my office or the quarters or whatever?
Yeah, in the captain's quarters. He sits there real tiny, get real big. It feels like he's a little nervous.
If that's not comfortable for you, I could have one of the crew get us a barrel.
No, it's quite fine. You get used to things being built for smaller folk.
Well, I like your attitude. Okay. Well, let's start here. What are your qualifications?
Well, see, I used to work as a secondhand chef at one of the oceanside resorts before tsunami took it out, and he pulls out some documentation. The city was wrought due to tsunami, and a lot of us got displaced. So instead of going home, I went inland. As long as I can have a nice salt bath at least once a day, I'm pretty good. The name's Ocean Drag.
Ocean Drag. And then she's going to try to take the document. She's going to do with her, like, hook hand first, and then she's going to realize what she's doing. She's like, oh, sorry, still getting used to this thing.
No problem. Is that a prosthetic? One of the cursed items?
And she's gonna look at him real quick, like how would he know this? So she's not gonna say this. She's just gonna kind of look at him, be like,
sorry. I like researching random things like items, magic, potions on occasion. As a cook, on a ship, you don't usually just only cook. You do what's necessary, and when you can scrape together maybe a basic healing potion out of literal fish guts, it's pretty nice. It helps you find your place. And when it comes to items, I actually do minor repairs. Usually on things like the anchor and things like that, but every once in a while you come across a folk who's got a trinket or two.
Well, I will add that to your specialty skills.
Oh. Also, I can cook, flay, fry anything from the ocean.
Nice, resourceful. Okay, so a couple more questions here. What makes you want to be part of this crew?
Honestly, I miss the ocean. I've been inland for about a year and a half now, and I miss the smell of the sea. I miss the, oh, yeah, sorry.
Oh, no, I was just saying I understand what you mean.
Of course. I received a letter. And he pulls out another letter. And I was told to come here to try to apply for a ship under a Captain Sam. He holds out the letter to you.
Okay. What, is it just written in common?
It is written in common.
Okay. She's going to, do you mind if I hold on to this?
Yeah. It did say one of two, so I'm thinking you might have somebody else showing up.
Okay. Well, based off of your qualifications, you're by far the most qualified cook that I've come across today. So you have the job.
Oh, really?
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to be sailing here in just the next couple days. You're more than free to go inland and pick up anything that you might need, or stay on the ship and get yourself prepared. I do ask that you bring across to me or one of the officers any lists that you might need before we depart. But other than that, congratulations, you have the position.
I'm also, I mean, yes, ma'am. Thank you. I would like to check the kitchen, the mess hall, if that's all right.
Yeah, go right ahead. One of my officers is going to be outside the galley. If you go and meet them, they'll take you right to it.
And he gets up and he nods again, a little awkwardly. He's twirling the towel faster now. It's almost like an excitement in his step. As he steps out, you can hear your father, who you finally picked up from the old folks' home. Chat, that poor man was left at the old folks' home for like 4 days.
He had Parcheesi.
He still to this day has not figured out Parcheesi. In fact, it infuriates him when he hears about it now.
This was like a vacation for him. He should be thanking me.
He's an undead. He spent 4 days without sleep trying to figure out how to play Parcheesi and could never figure it out. I rolled for it. It was hilarious.
I'm sure he's fine. He'll be fine.
So you're the folk who's going to be cooking for us. Oh, yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, I'll take you down to the bottom. Just let us know what you need. The captain said as much.
And you can hear that fade away as your father leads him down below. As the door goes to swing shut, Garum catches it and walks in.
Hi.
Hey, how you doing?
Well, we have a new cook.
Nice.
It's the most progress I've made today.
Yeah, after the last guy tried to tell us that you could find squirrels in the ocean to cook, that was pretty interesting.
Uh-huh. Can you read this for me? And she's gonna hand him the letter that guy had.
Yeah, sure, I can look over it for you. And he takes it and he kind of looks over the letter first, and it kind of looks like shimmery almost. And as he opens it, glitter floops out with sounds of like little trumpets. And he jumps a little bit and he goes, "Oh, I know who this is from."
Well, now that we've opened it, I think I know who it's from too.
And as he does, he begins to read. Hello from Ellie. This is one of 2 individuals I have recommended for your ship. I know that I technically have an agreement with Fron, but I like to think of all of you as an extension of, the family. While I can't be there in person, please enjoy the company of Drag. He's a bit young for his age, at only 35 for one of his kind. He's still learning. But if you can get him back to the ocean, he'll be one of the most loyal men on your crew. The next should be arriving somewhere around now. I hope that you have fun with that.
No.
And as you say that, a scream can be heard as Luke, JoJo's character, falls about 45 feet out of nowhere
Oh my god!
onto the ship.
I love it.
Oh god!
There is a loud thud.
Oh shit! Medical right now.
Sam, you and Garum run out, and you see before you a armored man twitching on the floor. Luke, can you describe yourself right now?
Yo.
I've got caramel skin with black hair, just with a chain shirt, just laying, I'm guessing, on the deck. Just
Family Guy falling.
please don't tell me I'm on a boat again.
Yeah, I'm afraid so.
Did I break anything? I promise I can pay you back.
Did
he landed on a box of a particular
Trout?
group. No. He landed on the cannonballs.
Oh.
Yikes.
I'll feel that later.
No.
You didn't break anything that could break.
They are still in their perfect stack.
Did you break anything? Like bones?
Yeah, let me, I'm gonna stand up. Let me check.
Do a medical check for me. Luke, your first roll of the game, a medical check. Hell yeah.
Snap medicine. With a +1.
Oh god.
I'm in the ship, so that one. What is a 13 + 1, 14?
There's a couple broken ribs.
Oh.
Nothing emotional. Nothing emotional, but I think the left one. Oh.
You've lost about 6 HP from that.
Oh.
Oh man.
We do have a medic on board. Do you want to go see the medic?
Yeah, I think so. Where am I?
You are in Lake Hill on my ship.
And as you say that, a letter begins to fall ever so lightly and lands.
I hope it falls on his face.
It does. It lands on his head. And as that ever falls so lightly on his head, a bag and a sword and a scabbard fall very heavily, just kind of in front of you. It's not a bag or a scabbard you recognize, Luke. It's not a bag or scabbard that y'all recognize. But the letter, it's also sparkly.
I don't remember that coming with me.
You gonna read it?
Yeah.
You don't read it?
All right, you pop it open, and you don't have to read it, Luke. It reads itself.
Oh my god, no way.
Luke, how dare you steal that
Hold on, I gotta get into my celebration voice.
Oh no.
Hello, Luke! Today is a special day! You've been drafted to a new world by the goddess of magic and mundanity, Ellie. This letter will act as a letter of recommendation as well as a greeting from me, Ellie, to you. You are not required to do so if you do not wish to. But if it is acceptable, please take these gifts and join the crew of the Revenge. The Captain Sam has a mutual friend, and while I cannot be there myself, I do wish to help. I hope to have you join her crew to assist in their travel. Again, only if acceptable, and even if you do not agree to continue, please accept these gifts in compensation. I'm sorry I plucked you out of existence from the one place that you knew as home, but don't worry, once I'm of significant strength, which may be a few months from now, I will return you to your world ASAP, and I mean your true world. But it will be a while, so please, please, please forgive me for plucking you like a poor bastard. Love you, Ellie.
Oh
Written by T.
Oh my god.
Fucking
Just kisses.
XOXO.
And in front of you is one bag, and it is a really ridiculously gaudy bag. Like, it is gold with silver trim and like big fancy red ribbon wrapped around it to tie it shut. And then there's this sword that is a very simple sword. It is a great sword, actually. And
It's a good sword.
And it looks like the plainest fucking great sword you've ever seen. I mean the most like cookie cutter. This is a level 1 MMO fucking great sword you've ever seen.
He has.
Oh my god, yes. Wait. I just realized, did you just isekai JoJo?
He very much did.
Look,
I don't want to talk about it.
I don't want to talk about it.
This poor bastard's been isekai'd long before I came in. The bag, if you pick it up, you'll find that it holds 50 gold in it. And the sword, as you pick it up, you get a sense that you need to either agree to the promise or agree to not do the promise to figure something out about the sword.
I will be agreeing to the promise.
Alrighty. The scabbard of the sword reads as such, and I kid you not, this is what it says.
It just says IKEA.
Sacred word, greatsword, heavy, two-handed, +2 to attack rolls, 2d6 slashing damage. This sword is often a gift from one to another as part of an oath or agreement. Once the oath is taken, or the agreement is met, you are automatically attuned to the blade. Once attuned, when you use an action surge, double the damage output of this weapon until the end of your next turn.
Wow.
And it says on there.
Yep, it says it right on the fucking sheath of the blade.
Oh my god.
It's like an instruction manual for your sword.
Signed, T.
Oh, it makes sense now.
Bye.
And we're like, roll for what?
I guess I'm part of the crew, if you'll have me.
Part of the ship, part of the crew.
Why don't we take you down to the medic first and then we'll talk about it, huh?
Yeah, I think so. That'd be a great idea.
Garam, can you grab him?
He just coughs up blood.
Yeah, I can take him down to the medic. Is the medic on site right now?
Yeah, they should be down below.
Okay.
Please be careful for more falling objects. Oh.
Also, DM, is the medic on site right now?
The medic is on site, but we haven't decided who he is, so I'm going to make an executive decision, and I am not sorry.
You're good. You're good. No, you're perfectly fine.
As you take him down below, the medic that you hired was more so for the fact because he was the only one who even slightly had some sort of medical degree.
Nice.
It was a choice between him and Gragnar at this point on being your doctor, and you knew that wasn't the best choice.
Well,
he has these big, almost Coke bottle glasses. He looks scruffy and tired. He wears leather armor despite saying that he is not a fighter of any sort. And he is constantly smoking. When you get down towards the area that would essentially be the medical hall, it is this thick cigarette smoke that smells of tobacco and wet dog. It's not pleasant.
Oh.
And as you are carried by Garam down there, you hear, "What can I do you for?"
Broken rib, left, bottom. Oh, God.
How the fuck can you tell in all that armor? And he proceeds to walk over. He is a 7-foot tall human.
God damn.
Holy shit.
But he is a string pole. He has like no mass to his body. He walks over and his slender fingers just kind of work you over, and suddenly you feel your armor drop to the ground. The quickest anyone has ever undressed you, and it wasn't even flattering. He proceeds to move you over. He opens the porthole next to him where he waves some of the smoke out. You can't see his eyes. He's got this gray hair and this scruffy beard. "Call me Doc. What can I do for you?" And he starts looking over your ribs. "Did you fall, like, from a high space?"
40, 45 feet when I wasn't counting.
"Where did you fall at? Were you up in the crow's nest, son?"
I was up that direction.
"Well, yeah, that's the sky, dumbass. What the hell?"
It's fine. Let's just say, it was an accident. Anyway, can you help him out?
"Yeah, I can help him." And he proceeds to rummage through some things. "There we go. The church was so wonderful that they proceeded to give us such an expansive amount of potions." And he turns around with a grin across his face that's unsettling.
Oh.
"Why don't you knock this one back, son? It'll put the bones back in place, and you go ahead, and once you knock that back, I'll go ahead and take care of the bruising."
Bottoms up.
Yeah, it truly is. You knock it back, and it tastes like the most rancid potion you've ever had.
Oh.
You've drank potions before in your other world, and they're usually like flavored-esque, you know? They're bitter, but this just tastes sour and bitter.
That's new.
Oh. Yeah. Church had a few batches of some weird-ass health potions they said were free for us to take, so I took the initiative to take them. If you don't mind, Captain.
Yeah. Fine. Sure.
All right. Hey, you healed exactly the 6 you lost. I do want to say, though, this part's going to hurt like a bitch. And he proceeds to take his hand to your rib and pop it back in place.
Oh.
Yeah, it's on that one. Oh.
Now, I'm going to recommend you let that potion kick in. It'll take about 5-10 minutes. It's terribly delayed in its effectiveness. That's why it was free. But don't worry. Don't worry, there's plenty more. And I haven't tested whether or not knocking back 5 or 6 will have a more immediate effect if you want to try that out.
I think one will do just fine, Doc. Thank you. Oh
Anytime, Sonny. Now, if you go ahead and don't mind signing this here waiver.
I will sign my signature.
All right. You waive any reasoning and or anger issues that could resume from you using a potion that I give you. Go. He slides that over to the captain. I'm not held responsible for him anymore. Get him out of my fucking office.
Neither am I. And then we like high five. Ain't getting sued today.
Captain, I'm sorry you have to see me like this as our first impression, but
I'm sorry you had to have that as your first impression of where you are right now. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I like how he apologized to you, but you literally just high-fived the doctor saying that he's not your problem anymore.
Well, listen,
Luke Boneless.
we're about to go on this voice. The last thing we need is a fucking lawsuit.
Oh my god.
That's the last
No
thing we
bones
need right
day.
now. That's the last thing we need right now. And he's fine. He's fine. He's perfectly fine. Yeah. So I mean, if you want a position on this crew, I mean, obviously Ellie chose you for a reason. If you want to be here, cool. If you don't, that's cool too.
I've been given a job and I want to stick to it. I believe the letter said assist, so I shall in any way I can.
Hey,
Sweet.
I know this is an important conversation to have, but could you have it outside my office so I can smoke my weed?
God damn it, Frank. Okay, and then
He's an honest man.
and then we'll go.
I'm high, but my name ain't Frank.
I thought his name was Frank.
No,
I
you
just
call me
put that
Doc.
name up. Frank, we've known each other for at least 20 years now. I'm gonna call you Frank.
Yeah, but now I go by Doc.
God damn it. And then she's gonna close the door behind me.
That's what I signed my contract with, and I hope that's what she signs my check with. And you proceed to leave.
Yeah, so yeah, you got the position if you want it. What can you do?
Well, I'm good at anything task laborious. Just tell me what to do and I'll do it. And I swing swords good.
That's good to know. We're definitely gonna need that. Do you have any?
Sword's good.
Do you have any questions for me? My name's Sam. This is Garam.
Nice to meet you, Sam, Garam. I mean, Captain Sam, Garam.
Nice to meet you.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of the crew is currently off site, except for a handful that's working here today. Sam, you said you was going to handle talking to somebody today? An old acquaintance, girl?
Yes, which I will actually need you for and the others for.
Oh, I can't guarantee I can get everybody together, but let me go ahead and
I'll worry about that. Why don't you get him some food? Are you hungry?
Not after that potion. I think that might last in my mouth for just a couple more hours. Oh.
Understood. Well, since you know, based on your skills, you'd be immediately part of, you know, any type of battlement there might be, if there is one. I don't know why there would be one. You know,
Totally not.
totally not. But if you also want to join us tonight, we're going to be talking about some navigation. If you want to be part of that as well, we're going to be meeting up at around midnight.
Of course, I'll be there.
Okay. If you want to stay and help Garam with whatever, you absolutely can. Or if you'd like to come with me, there's a few people I need to meet in town.
Where would you have me?
Wherever you want to. You just fell out of nowhere 45 feet pummeling to my ship's deck. So wherever you want to be.
Maybe I'll stay here with Garen and get the ship ready.
Sounds good to me. And then she's gonna give Garum like a quick little peck on the cheek, and then she's gonna go in town. She's gonna go to the church. She wants to go speak to Seraphina.
Okay.
Oh no.
So you give a quick peck, you go to head off, and Garum will look at you and what was your name again?
Luke.
Luke. All right, Luke.
Oh, I didn't ask him for his name. God damn it. He thinks I'm a dick.
No, he does not.
I'm going to go ahead and run you through the basics here, all right? Everyone works, no matter what you do. You're going to eventually swap the deck. You're going to eventually clean the fucking toilet. And it's our way of making sure everyone's on equal ground. Now, one thing I do want to go ahead and say up front and center. You swing sword good. Good. This party has a bad habit of picking fights with big problems.
You don't say. I'm actually quite familiar with that.
I don't know about that. Have you ever pissed off a god?
Oh my god. Please don't tell me. This has to involve something with the god of death.
No, just lust, lies, and the 9 hells. He's not even technically a god.
Oh, then that's a new one for me. Yes, I have actually dealt with gods before.
Oh, that's great. Well, we'll fit right in. Please proceed to not piss anyone off. I won't defend you. I'm sorry. I am so done defending people right now. And I mean it in the most jaded way possible.
Then I will be the one defending you then.
That's cute. Let's go. And he proceeds. He's going to take you down to the bottom where the storage is, essentially. The ship has been being loaded with spices, as this is now being considered a spice ship. So one of the more expensive forms of trade you're being trusted with by the church to go ahead and do.
Beautiful.
As Garum goes and runs that through, can you go ahead and roll a... I want you to roll for me.
Of course.
A wisdom check to see how quickly you retain the information Garum is giving you.
11 plus 1 is 12.
Not terribly, not great. You're taking it in, and Garum's not getting too frustrated or anything like that. He runs you through pretty much most of the basics, where the cleaning stuff is, how to make sure that the items and food goods are secure. He's very particular about that. For those who had seen him on the ship, you got Fran and Gragnar had seen him messing with ropes. He was actually practicing his knots because he hasn't had to do them in decades.
I imagine he'd be really good at them since, he's been dating Sam.
Oh my god.
That's a little different, but you're not wrong.
He's done all but tie the knot, if you know what I'm saying.
No, we don't need to do that right now. We don't need to do. No.
Congratulations.
No.
Luke, congratulations. You were force-fed a delayed potion of healing. After a short or long rest, gain 2d4 plus 4 temp HP.
Oh.
That is great for long term, like we're not going to die, but it is terrible for immediate health. When the church makes some bogus shit and pawns it off to your doctor. We are going to go ahead and join Sam as she arrives at the church about 30 minutes later.
Sounds good.
The church is quite busy. And as you go to walk in, you actually run into Inquisitor A walking with Yolanda through the lobby.
And she's kind of like nod at them. And is it like physically apparent, like how Yolanda is like?
Yes, it's very physically apparent. Despite the fact that she was like a solid foot over A, her hunched back, her weakened state She seems to have lost now almost 75 pounds total. Seems very thin compared to how you knew her before. But she seems to be smiling and almost childlike today.
She's not going to bother them, but she's just going to nod towards A.
He nods back and looks at you with a half smile as you proceed to walk by.
Mm-hmm.
You walk towards the back area, and as you walk up to the door, you see Lilith, the redhead young lady that you've seen on and off. Again, you've never asked her name up to this point, so you don't know it's Lilith, but you see her as she goes to step out the door. She says something, and then she says, "You can watch yourself on that one." And she leaves. She turns around, sees you.
Hey,
Yes.
Oh, was she saying? I'm so sorry, DM. Was she saying that to me, or was she saying that as she was coming out the door?
She's saying that she came out the door. She said something.
Okay, never mind. So can I delete what I said?
Yeah. She turns around and looks at you and goes, "Hello, Sam."
Hi. I'm sorry. I've never asked your name before. What is your name?
Lilith.
Is she awake, Lilith?
She is, and grumpy. Have fun with that.
Thank you.
She's got fruit. Make sure she eats it. Also, I left with her the 500 lump sum that Yolanda wanted you to have.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
It's for everything from the bar to what she owes you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Lilith. I don't know if any of us have told you yet. I've seen you back and forth and a mix of everything. You know, today's the only day I've ever bothered to learn your name, but I appreciate everything that you've done.
You're welcome. And she goes to walk away and she sees Yolanda. And there's a split second you can see her composure almost slip. And then she hardens herself, steals herself away, and walks up to A and Yolanda and starts talking to them with a smile on her face.
And then Sam will just continue into the room.
This is seconds after she left you before, Serafina. So this is literally her telling you to get yourself corrected, basically, for your pissed look when she brought up Woken.
Mm-hmm.
And then suddenly Sam walks in.
So I hear we're being an unruly patient.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Just being a little bit of a smartass. How are you doing?
That's a loaded question.
I know it is. Well, at least you still got some of the good stuff around here. And then she's gonna, is there any, like, thing to drink in the room? I know Yolanda kept the place, like, pretty filled up with, like, liquors and shit. So is there any, like, brandy or anything?
You look around and you don't see any in the immediate vicinity. You could look around and search around because you know Yolanda usually puts it away.
Yeah. Yeah, she's gonna look for it.
Okay, roll an investigation check for me.
I guess while she's doing that, Serafina's just kind of sitting there, side-eyeing her mirror and just kind of obviously not really there.
Mm-hmm.
I got a 15 for investigation.
You start looking around and you remember seeing Yolanda at one point putting something in a side of a... And you realize the side of a cabinet? You walk over to the cabinet that's over by Serafina. You look inside and there is a false wall. that you can press into. It pops open, and it has 4 crystal glasses in there and a crystal container that seems to have a golden brown / reddish alcohol in it.
And she's gonna like gremlin giggle to herself. She's gonna be like hee hee hee, and then and she'll grab it. And then she'll turn to Seraphina. Do you want one? We're gonna be dying any day now, so might as well drink up while we still can.
Sure.
And she'll pour you one, and she'll hand it to you.
She kind of takes it with her left hand and just kind of swirls it around in the cup for a bit, just staring at it.
You know what I never realized? How the fuck am I grabbing shit with this hook?
Remember, it turns into a regular 3-fingered hand.
Well, I know. I'm just kind of
I don't remember
speaking to
that.
myself as Sam, like in this moment. I'm like, how the hell am I doing this?
Yeah. So it has 3 fingers and a thumb. It's able to turn into a hook with a bonus action. And you're able to go ahead and grab stuff just normally. It moves just like a regular hand, as it is.
I like to think Sam was just like, hang on a second. I don't have thumbs.
I don't have
That's literally
hands.
what she was like in this moment. And then she'll give you the drink, and she'll sit at the foot of your bed. So I came to tell you that I'm going to be gathering everybody up this evening, because we need to talk about navigation for the journey ahead. Because I imagine where we're going first is to go see old Mommy Dearest, correct?
I thought we weren't doing that anymore.
Well, we kind of have to. She's our only hope to keep Fran alive.
And she's gonna completely down the cup that you just gave her. Just kind of.
It is the hardest hitting of bourbon that you have ever had. The kind that makes grown men cough. And you have lived a princess's life. With an occasional hard-hitting liquor with Adenine. But this is definitely probably the hardest hitting liquor you've had outside of the Dragon Brew, which we know how that went.
And she's gonna kind of roughly throw the cup onto the table. Yeah, that. So when are we leaving?
Well, the ship's just about ready. I just hired a cook, and that was really the last of what I need. I might hire a couple other hands, but the ship's ready. We're all loaded up. I figure we can leave within the next 2 days.
You know that you could actually leave tomorrow night if all goes well.
However, I can't leave until I get all of you together and we talk about the actual navigation, because to get there, we're going to need some help with that. And the person that's going to be helping us with that is going to be meeting us all tonight at midnight.
Well, I mean, I'm fine now. I guess I can go.
Okay. Well, why don't you take the rest of your day to rest or do whatever the hell you want. Eat your fruit, though, because you're going to piss off Lilith. And I think we've all done enough of that. So that's really all I came here to do, unless you want to talk about anything else.
No, that's fine. She gets up and starts getting her things.
I'm sorry I just sit there and watched while Garam was so hard on you. And
she's gonna kind of stop.
I know that none of us have been too kind to you these past few days. Of course, we had our reasons and we have our feelings for doing so, but you're still a part of this team. And we still need each other to survive whatever the fuck we're going to be needing to survive. So I just wanted you to know that.
Let's go.
Okay, and then she's gonna take the liquor bottle and she's just gonna fill up her flask real quick, and then she'll leave.
Let's see. You take that. I take it you knock back your drink as well.
I was just casually sipping it, but I'm putting that in the flask too.
Okay. There's just enough to fit into the flask. You finish it, put it away. The glasses get left on the table. And as you go to head out, Inquisitor A and Yolanda are nowhere to be seen. You see Lilith handing out paperwork and just kind of pointing at things. It's been fairly obvious that these past few days, if not this week, Lilith has stepped up. She, via what Fran has said to you, has basically been the right-hand nun to Yolanda since she was a little kid. And she looks at Yolanda as a mother figure the same way that Fran does, even though she has her mother and father. And so it's very obvious that Yolanda is stepping up in big ways for this church. And several people have already stated they expect her to be the next.
You mean Lilith?
Yep, sorry, Lilith. Several people have stated that they expect Lilith to actually step up to be the new appointed head, if necessary.
And as we pass by, I'm gonna ask Lilith real quick. Hey, I'm so sorry to bother you again. Do you happen to know if Fran and Gragnar are still here?
Fran is stressed. He's going to be at Agathos.
Awesome.
Oh, one more thing, actually.
Yeah.
William and a young man. Yes, Lilith. The item I asked for. Yes, it's a little. Get it. Yolanda's last request. Get it. Of course. And he runs off. Give me just a few minutes. It was in the office, and he was supposed to bring it to me so I could have it for you.
Sure.
And they bring forth a amulet on a necklace. You were given documentation that allows you to pass through ports, but you have to show that documentation, and it can be a hassle. You're supposed to be high-end spice traders, and you're supposed to be high-end, period. So, the church's sigil. And she holds out this amulet with the mark of Woken on it. This will get you through any gate necessary. But if it's something you need to be discreet with, use the paperwork. Okay?
Understood. Thank you so much.
Save you a lot of time at checkpoints. But again, be careful. Just like it's a key to open doors, sometimes it'll lock them depending on who's at the door.
We'll be careful. I appreciate it.
Oh, if you don't mind, I've got a lot of paperwork to take care of and a lot of orphans to make sure they have taken care of as well.
Of course. I appreciate your time. And then we'll carry on.
Sam?
Yes?
Take care. And look after Fran.
I'll do that.
She turns around and begins to walk off. William is barely keeping up with her. The pacing reminds you a bit of Yolanda when she's on a mission.
And then they'll carry on. I will turn to Serafina though. So I'm gonna go find Fran and Gragnar and tell them what I told you about tonight. If you don't feel like coming along, I totally understand. They could totally use another pair of hands on the ship if you'd prefer to do that and just wait for tonight. Or if you feel comfortable coming with me, you can totally do that also.
I think I'll just go to the ship. And she starts
Fair
walking
enough.
away.
Teenagers. Fucking teenagers.
I'm not a teenager.
Really? You could have fooled me with how moody that is. Jesus. Why is she spicy? As you begin to head that way, Serafina, you see people at the market right in front. Very lively, very loud.
At the what? I'm sorry?
You see a lot of people at the market, you know, and you realize that it's a Sunday. It's a holy
like
day
today.
for the market. So they do the most sales, they give discounts, they trade. You know, that's their way of celebrating the holy day. And as you walk through, what's your passive perception?
11.
Okay. You don't say anything. You go to the ship.
Well, now I want to know if I could have seen something.
Would have been nice, wouldn't it? Anyway, about 15, 20 minutes later, Sam, you find yourself in front of Agatha's shop. Her lovely little hole-in-the-wall bar. And you can hear a somewhat lively conversation, and you recognize the voice of Fran and Gragnar as they talk about things. There's a bit of an upbeatness to Fran's voice that you haven't heard in a while. Do you choose to enter?
Yeah, she's gonna kind of smirk to herself, and then she'll just kind of stroll on in.
Do we see her stroll in?
You don't. Not at first. The table you were sat at is kind of cockeyed to the door, and there's a little bit of a protection. You hear the door open. You can't quite see who comes in, but Agatha does.
Mm-hmm.
Well, as my heart beats and bleeds. What can I do for you, Sam?
Oh, Agatha, if just seeing your beautiful face isn't enough. If I could get a double of my favorite, that would be...
Of course, you beautiful bastard, you saucy cuck. Let's go ahead and get you taken care of. And she proceeds to pour 2 tall fucking glasses for you. And she slides them across the table to you. Want some food?
Maybe in a little bit. And she's actually going to pass her one of the glasses and knock hers back.
And she knocks hers back with you. Good, of course. Another steak. Sit down and eat.
And then she's going to turn over and walk towards Gragnar and Fran's booth and just be like, well, good morning, boys.
Captain.
And how are we today?
Alive.
Yeah, I feel that one. Well, I just wanted to I was actually looking for the both of you. The ship's just about ready. We can sail in as early as tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Yep, we sure can. However, we do need to meet up tonight, all of us, at around midnight. I have somebody procuring some help with navigation for us, and we all have to be together for that.
Someone I know?
No. I'd be surprised if you did. I'd be
surprised if I didn't.
Well, we'll see. Their name is Blue. You'll get more details tonight. There's a reason why we have to wait so late.
Okay, that's understandable. Gragnar, you needed that potion shop.
Yeah, I needed a couple of things to, take with us so I can, make them. It's
Go back
never
to the
dawned on me to, actually talk about it, but I've never been on a fucking boat.
Thinking about it, you've only ever lived underground, huh?
Yes, I've
quite literally lived under a rock.
Yeah.
Well, this should be fun. Have you ever experienced motion sickness before?
No.
Have you ever been on a wagon before?
I've been on a wagon because I was on one with Snack, and then we have our wagon, which we need to go get, so we can like put everything on the boat. Unless we've already gone and did that, right?
I did send somebody to go load up the pups in the wagon.
All right, cool.
Well, imagine a wagon, but it's bobbing side to side a lot more than up and down.
I feel like with all the polymorphing I'm doing might help a little bit, because I feel like that like has some sort of a rush to it. Maybe.
Possibly.
I don't fucking know.
I would say if you stay below deck long enough, it's just like being underground, except there's constant tremors and small earthquakes.
That does not sound like anything underground, because you probably shouldn't be in that area.
Oh, I don't know. I'm just... Anyway, that's what being on a boat is like.
And as you say that, your steak is brought to you.
And she's looking at this fat ass hunk of meat, and she's just gonna try to be dainty and like eat it.
Oh, Captain, you gotta eat your meat like you're supposed to. Stab it with that hook. Stab it. Don't try to be dainty for our sakes.
Is this fulfilling some kind of fantasy for you? Is that why you want me to do it? Because I mean, if so, you can just ask, and I'll do it for you.
My humor is my defense mechanism. Sue me.
I always wonder why you guys use utensils. I use my hands.
Right.
Yeah, I've noticed that. You do just kind of go.
They get in the way, so
in there.
Meanwhile, there's just bits of blood and gristle and potato just all over this man's face.
Wait, he got potatoes, and he's gonna look over at Agnes.
I want potatoes.
The fuck you looking at me for?
He got potatoes, and Did you
pay for potatoes?
I'm paying for the whole meal.
No, she said it was on the house today. Probably.
Oh, that's right.
Though.
So take what you get for free, dumbass.
God, I love you, Agnes.
Fuck off,
Fantastic.
you elven bitch.
Hey. Cut me some slack.
Also,
No.
Treyon, I just swung by the church to see Seraphina and tell her the same thing, because we all need to be present. Lilith gave this to me, and she's going to hold out the amulet and the paper, or the document, and this supposedly is to help us with the trade part of the job, and to get us
Ron's
through
going to hold
certain
out
gates.
one that he has under his shirt. Yes.
It's
Yeah,
a merchant's
that one.
quest.
That one. If you wouldn't mind holding on to this for me. With us doing this job on the side, we need to look diplomatic, and you look the most diplomatic out of all of us, so who better to handle it?
Well, seeing as I already have one of my own, I think it would be best for the captain to have theirs, and I use mine. If I'm your first mate,
That's why.
What I recommend.
At least hold on to the amulet, though. If anything happened to that, I would be... Apparently, this was from Yolanda specifically, and I thought it only...
And he will take it the moment you mention Yolanda. I will keep this safe until you need it, Captain.
Okay. Thank you. So, anyway, I'll leave you guys to it, whatever you need to do today. If you wouldn't mind at least just meeting me under the docks tonight at midnight.
I have to go say goodbye to a few people at the church before I leave officially this city.
Of course.
Gragnar, if you'd like to join me there, you still have to go talk to the old senile guy who's upstairs who can give you potion stuff.
Oh, this should be fun. Does Agatha have like a tip jar or anything?
She does.
Cool. I'm gonna walk over. I'm just gonna put 5 platinum in there because she's literally always giving me.
God damn!
You put 5 platinum in a jar that literally says "keeps my legs closed, so I keep the doors open."
Lord.
And as you do
Fran's
that,
gonna like face palm, like, oh no.
you drop 5 platinum, and she hears the tinkling of the gems inside, and she looks over, and her eyes bulge, and she looks at you.
I mean, you always give me free food. I thought I'd at least pay you something.
That ain't the only thing bulging.
Ragnar, are you of the physical sort?
Define physical sort, because if we're going to go off of my assumption, I'm thinking you're meaning stabbing.
No, well.
Oh no, Agatha, no.
I don't know if you like me or not in more than just friends. You ignore me and then you give me platinum. Then you go ahead and come in this tall, dark mountain of a dragonborn. But then you turn around and you just keep ignoring me. Do you want to fuck or not?
Oh God.
Oh, you know what? I do constantly forget that's even a thing.
Of course you do. Of course you do. In my presence, to my face.
Oh my God, it's not even you. I have a busy life with a lot of shit going on. And
now you're saying you're too busy for me. Okay.
Ron is gonna like pat Ragnar on the back and be like, "Look, buddy, I'll meet you at the church," and he's gonna leave.
It's not you, it's me.
I want to have your little babies.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
Is that a yay or a nay?
Oh shit, Fran left me.
And you just hear his
leans
knee
on the
slapping
table.
floor.
She leans on the table again. She's on this stool because she's a goblin, so she's only like 3 feet tall. And she's literally standing on a stool leaning on the table. Because I heard you're leaving town, and I need to know whether I need to be dedicated or I can go back to being a slut.
There's a lot of... You know what? Hold on. Fran, I'm just going to lean out the door. Fran, how long till we leave?
Tomorrow. But we have to meet up tonight at midnight.
Fuck, I need to go to the fucking church.
I can get the stuff for you, man.
Cool.
So we're just gonna read off of Ragnar's flaw. Easily persuaded by food and shiny things.
Oh my God!
Or what does she want her? Shiny or food?
Angrily ace, might I add. Like viciously ace.
Defiantly ace.
Fran's gonna like call out, I assume you're gonna be busy, man. Is that true?
I guess. I don't know. I'm just gonna try.
All right.
See you eventually.
See you at midnight. I'll get the stuff for you, man. Have a good time.
It's like,
And if any babies are made, can I be the uncle?
I don't want no damn kids.
Well, then what are you doing here? Goblins are all about family.
Plan alive.
We need to discuss this before we do anything. I mean, we're doing things, but we need to discuss it. What are you thinking? 8, 10, 15 kids?
Fucking Christ.
Lordy Christ, lady!
So Sam's gonna leave also.
You leave in the middle of what can only be described as one of the most viciously ace debates on childbirth you've ever heard. It is more of a negotiation than it is necessary discussion of a relationship at this
And
point.
out the door, I'm just gonna be like, y'all kids have fun, and then I'm gonna head back towards the ship. But before I do I see Fran?
Yeah,
Like,
Fran's like doubled over laughing so hard.
I was just trying to be nice.
And not
maybe a
but
block
2
away.
seconds later, that cook gets shoved out the door as well, along with everyone else in the shop.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. So
And
before
we're just gonna before anything happens, Ragnar, I want you to roll a persuasion check. on a low amount, on whatever you want it to be. Like, you just got to roll a persuasion check, and then we'll say that based on that, your negotiations.
Oh God.
Oh boy. Closed for a special event. JoJo. This will be good.
You know what? You know what this is the equivalent of? This is like a nicer version of that scene where the people are negotiating their marriage and it just doesn't go through.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm just like, fuck. Like, okay, like I said, I really don't want to love kids, but I really also don't want to leave somebody with kids, especially if I'm sure I'm gonna probably die.
Oh, that's
seems a little.
Oh,
fucked.
that's sweet, honey. You're a kobold, I'm a goblin. We're used to short lifespans.
Oh my god. Close for management party.
I'll put it this way: I can at least give you physical. Shit happens.
All right. And also, I promise that until I get a death certificate, I'll stay loyal.
He's like, I don't care about that.
He's like, yeah, okay, whatever.
You said persuasion roll?
Yep.
The silence.
Ooh, I'm proficient in persuasion.
Proficient
in.
I'm persuaded in persuasion.
I got +5 to persuasion, so 15. I rolled a 10.
Hey.
Yeah.
She sits there and she looks you up and down.
Piggies.
Fucking joke.
Fine, but I want the cobalt.
What?
Oh.
They want no bones.
Oh, all right. I'll drop the kobold for him.
There's a poof in your short, and she goes,
Ah, fuck, the clothes don't fit.
it's fine, you weren't gonna wear them anyway. She holds out her hand to shake yours.
Oh my god.
Sure.
An agreement has been struck, a deal made.
Won't you shake a poor sinner's
Won't you shake a poor Gabu's hand?
Oh no.
And we're just gonna fade to black on that one.
Beat me to it.
That is so fucking great. I was expecting you to completely shut her down. I was like,
man.
I was completely, man, always got me on my toes there, Gragnar.
Right.
So like I said, Franz just like doubled over laughing so fucking hard a block away. Like he's trying to get to the church, but it's just so fucking funny.
You can hear him echoing.
I just want to point out that the Cobalt got banged before the Bard did.
Oh,
Even though he's using it in a transactional sense.
It ain't for lack of trying.
What? No, that's not. I have not
I'm
tried
playing.
to sleep.
Joking.
Welcome back.
As we're walking our two separate ways, Sam's gonna stop real quick and she's gonna yell for Fran, and she's gonna just kind of swiftly walk up to you and she's gonna give you a hug. And she's not gonna say anything, and then she's just gonna leave.
He was like mid laughter, so like you hug him and he's like, okay?
And she's not gonna say anything, she's just gonna leave. She just
What the fuck is with people today? God damn. And he's just gonna head towards the church and he's like wiping tears from his eyes.
So I take it, are you on your way to meet Zed?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes,
brilliant. Brilliant.
Because I have to do that for Gragnar.
Yep. You're on your way back to the ship. And, you know, there's is there a bit more of a smile on your face with all silliness that kind of happened?
Yeah, she's walking with a little bit more spring in her step now.
All right. For everyone to know, this is probably the most lighthearted moment we've had in like 16 fucking
Quite
sessions.
some time.
Chad said to your hug, wholesome?
It is. Believe it or not, it's very wholesome.
It's the first hug that Sam's ever given him.
I don't remember the last time we had a wholesome moment.
That wasn't my fault.
She knows you need it, but she also kind of still thinks you're an asshole, but she knows you need it, so she... She still thinks you're an asshole. You think she's an asshole too, so it's fine.
This is true. Yeah, no, they have a mutual understanding of we're assholes.
Yeah. We're committing assholism.
The elven asshole is going ahead. The half-elf asshole is heading towards the church, specifically towards the back, where there is this almost stereotypically tower. It is a clock tower that is to the back of the church area, and it seems to pretty much be an abandoned space.
John's just gonna take like a deep breath and go, and walk inside.
And right as you go to walk inside, there is a large explosive sound, and the ground shakes underneath you.
Oh, son of a bitch.
And you see smoke coming out of the clock tower.
Well, I thought it was a trap, but okay. And he just goes upstairs. Zed!
Tar goddamn fucking shit. Fuck!
Zed!
Dragon's blood isn't supposed to be combustive, and if it was...
Zed!
Who the fuck is it?
And he points a full-on magic, he points a magic wand at you.
This thing will blow you to shit!
It's Fraud.
Oh, why didn't you say so? And
I
he
love him.
takes it and he shoves it in his pants. What can I do for you?
That cannot be safe, Zed.
It's not. Blew off my left was my left, right. It was my left testicle yesterday.
You had to feel it, didn't you? Yesterday.
Yep. But you'd be surprised what potions would do. Didn't grow the testicle back. Did return to sack. What you need?
I need recipes for potions.
Of course. And may I ask how you knew I was here?
The clock tower is on fire.
That's fair. Alrighty. And what kind of potions you done need, boy?
Whatever you've got. I have a friend
You are a
of mine
boy, right?
Yes. What?
You're oddly pretty.
Zed, I don't like where this conversation's going. Do you have potion recipes or not?
I do. I have quite a few. Would you like to have potions on how to make a stew? A flambe?
Not food. You know what? Actually, what recipes did any recipes you have that will help in a battle for healing and for not healing?
Oh, okay. So like you talking actual healing potions. Well, I have a basic recipe here for a minor healing potion. I also have one for a what is this? And he turns around. Oh, that's necromantic. Never mind. He puts that away. He pulls out another one. Let's see. That is the Nographies. I'm gonna put that right back. That goes in a different shelf.
Recipes.
The point of
recipes.
Right? I'm disorganized. I'm sorry.
I know.
Proceeds to pull around a few things. He pulls out a couple different scrolls, and he goes, "Okay, give me a second." And you see him pull a different one out of his pocket, and he has an empty, like 5-page book, and he touches one page, and as if the letters are being copied and pulled off, almost like a web by the wand. He then lifts it up and places it on top of the book. And each time he does that, 3 different recipes are transferred instantaneously on his behalf. And he hands you it. Potion of minor healing, potion of exhaustion, and potion of I believe it is the paralysis. And he looks over. Yep, it's the paralysis. I grabbed the right one. I get that confused with the coffee.
Coffee.
How
often do you confuse those two?
More than I care to admit.
Oh.
What you got to trade though?
What do you want?
Well, we could always do the boring thing and do money, or you could empty your pockets and give them to me.
I'm not giving you anything in my pockets.
Fine, the boring way.
Mm-hmm.
150 gold.
All right.
And he takes it and goes, yeah, I'm having chicken noodles tonight.
You know you can get more than chicken. You know.
I like my chicken noodles.
No, you're right. You're right. Just maybe this time cook the chicken, not just get a whole chicken and
Also,
a whole live one.
Fran,
Uh-huh.
on a more serious note, your father sent a letter.
Oh.
I can burn it and pretend I didn't get it.
Give me the letter.
You sure?
Of course. It's from my father.
It smells like disappointment.
Well, he's gonna be disappointed if he found out what I've been up to and how long I've been taking to do whatever the fuck he thinks I'm doing.
I mean, you practically betraying your own country for it.
Is that getting around?
No. I was in the garbage bin.
Why were you? Don't go telling everyone that, please.
I'm not going to. It might be crazy. I'm not stupid.
Oh, do you also happen to have a potion of growth recipe?
I don't have a recipe, but I got one in the back if you want it. I'll go grab it while you read.
Yeah, I'll take it while I read it.
Alrighty. And he kind of saunters off. I want you to know that this man looks exactly like the crazy old man from Gravity Falls.
Oh.
Oh my god.
McGucket.
The miner guy?
Yep.
Yeah,
He
Prospector.
yes, he looks exactly like the prospector, but magic. As he goes in the back, this whole place, Fran, you're finally looking around. It's covered in paper and books and potions and random shit. There's some chicken bones in the corner that you can't tell if he was scrying something or eating. It's just a hot mess. But this is Inquisitor Z. One of the few that act in his own interest despite being an Inquisitor, to the point that it's really on the whim of the church whether they're hunting him or asking him for help.
Right.
You get the letter. Wait, do you choose to open it?
Yes.
Dear Bron, I'm excited to hear that you have been traveling, taking things upon yourself to do well. However, you haven't checked in. I'm sure A is looking after you and doing what he's supposed to. After all, he is an Inquisitor as well. But if you don't check in with the family, I can only assume that there's negatives to be had. You come from a long line of Inquisitors, a long line of specially motivated individuals. I expect a report to be sent via your book to A, who will bring it to me within the week. We need to know that you're doing something for the family name, Fran. You've dedicated a lot to make sure you turn out well. I love you, my son. Sorry if that came across harshly. On a side note, your mother says hello. Your cousin Alfred is being your cousin Alfred. He'll be sent to the boarding school again this week.
Oh, again?
But also, we miss you. Please be safe. Yours truly. Current head. Goodness gracious. Forgive me, I'm pulling up some information. current head of the Faldear family. And your father.
Fran will fold up the letter and put it in his vest pocket.
As you do, Zed comes on through. All right, and I. He sniffs the air. Smells like complicated family shit. Here's your potion. Get out. I don't need the emotions.
And he snatches it from his hand. Thanks, Zed. And I didn't want to say anything, but next time we're having a conversation, can you wear a shirt?
No.
Okay, and he'll leave.
Oh, also, Kay is still in town.
Ugh. And he's gonna like stop.
He was looking for you. Sounds like he's been watching you.
Inquisitor K?
Who the fuck else?
Where was he last?
He's been staying in an extra room in some goblin lady's place.
Oh my god. Oh shit. Okay, that's fine. Perfectly fine. Thanks for the heads up, Zed.
No
and
problem.
Fran's going to rush downstairs.
Alrighty. As you rush downstairs, where are you headed now?
I'm headed to the church because I do still have my duties to do. Head to the church. I'm in a much more like hurried manner. The moment I see Yolanda, I'm gonna slow down though.
Mm-hmm.
And slowly approach. I'm going to, meanwhile, the entire time that I'm walking up to the church, I have been writing a update letter for A to send to Fran's father.
Righty. As you approach the church, Yolanda is standing outside by herself.
Oh.
But she looks different. She looks lucid. Stands tall, though now she has a cane. And she seems sharp as you approach.
Yolanda.
Hello,
Mother.
Fran. You've been calling me that a lot lately.
Well, you are like a mother to me. How are you feeling?
Good. Good. A tells me I'm lucid.
You are.
Which means there's times I'm not lucid.
Correct.
Lilith's been stepping up. I'm grateful for that. Come on in.
And he'll step inside.
And as you step in, you see A actually asleep. He's fallen asleep sitting on a bench. It's the first time you've ever seen him do something like that. He's been running around with me nonstop.
I know.
He's a fucking idiot.
He cares about you.
That's why he's an idiot. There's a bit of a smile on her face as she walks past him, letting him rest. You'll be heading out soon?
Tomorrow.
Good. There's nothing for you to stay here for, Fran. And you know I don't mean that in a rude way. You got things you gotta do. People you gotta help. I'm proud of you.
I appreciate that.
No, Fran, I need you to listen. She turns around on the steps. She's about 4 steps above you, going up the stairs. The cane setting on the steps with her. I'm proud of you. No matter what you do, Whether you turn against the country or you turn against your crew. Whether you burn this whole place down to the ground or you build it up, I'm proud of you. You are the best thing that ever happened to me. You hear me?
I hear you.
And I'm saying it now while I can. Live your life. And don't you come back here with no regrets thinking you could have been more, you could have been here. You understand me?
I understand.
Don't want you regretting nothing on my behalf. I lived a long life. I didn't think I'd outlive my goddess, but I outlived her. I'd say that's a pretty damn impressive trait, don't you?
I would say so.
A's got me set up. Place across the street.
Oh no.
I'm not going over there.
I wouldn't. Not that they're bad,
No,
but
Lilith.
you don't belong there.
I do, Ron.
No, you belong here at the church.
Ron. Lilith's gonna hold me up here for as long as she can, but she's already taken up a lot.
And Lilith is doing a fine job.
She
But-
is, but having a crazy old woman who can't remember left from right running around rampant. I do belong there, Frank. Because I'm old and I'm tired. I don't want to be over there, but it's where I gotta be. Same as where you gotta be is where you choose to be. You hear me?
I hear you.
Do your best to take me off any pedestals you got going for you.
You will be on that pedestal until the day you die.
If I do die, Fran, before this is all said and done, before everything you got going, I give you permission to do whatever the fuck you need to do before you come back. Don't feel like you got to force yourself back here for some funeral. Because I ain't going to be in that box, you hear me? That won't be me, Fran. You hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
Good. Sorry to lay this all on you. I just want to say it while I remember.
I know.
Over 300 years old. And I still look this good. She proceeds
300
to turn
years
around.
young is more like it.
Please, I'm a human, not an elf. I'm old as dirt.
And you still look good. Explain that to me. Explain. Are you sure you're not?
Oh, I'm
No.
sure.
You haven't dabbled a little bit as some ancestry. That's all I'm saying.
I've
If you're
fucked
looking
elves.
this
That's as
good-
close as it's gotten, Fran. Look,
That's never
help-
going to get easy to hear.
help me to my room. Gonna go to bed. I got a gift for you.
All right. But you don't need my help. I'll be right here.
Help me to my room, like the crippled old lady I am.
Okay, all right. And he's going to hold out his arm for her to take, and he's going to slowly walk her up the stairs.
It's a long walk. Her room is on the 3rd or 4th floor, and it's never felt this long. It's never felt this quiet. She stares ahead with determination. And after about 15 minutes, you finally get up those flights of stairs. You finally get up there, and she's short of breath. But she doesn't stop. Gets to her room. She fumbles her keys and drops them for a second. You pick them up for her. You unlock the door. She sits there, staring into a room that she's lived in for well over 100 years. She sits down on the bed and points to the drawer beside her bed. Open it.
This one? And he just opens it.
And inside, there's a box. A little wooden box.
What's this?
Gift. Open it when you set sail. No sooner.
Is that what you wish?
That's what I goddamn well demand.
And be wrong for me to go against your demands.
Smart boy. Always been a smart boy.
And Fran's going to help her into bed.
Takes a moment, but she gets under the covers. I love
And
you,
he's
Fran.
gonna lean forward and give her a kiss on the forehead.
We'd ever think there'd be a time you're taking care of me. Go ahead, head on out.
And he takes a minute. And he like grips her hand really tight.
There's a pause. A long pause. You can see her eyes shift a bit. Determination begins to fade, and for a split second, there's worry. Are you here to help take care of me?
I was. My shift is over, actually. But
Oh,
no worries. And he gives her a kiss on the hand. A lovely lady such as yourself. Someone will always be at your bedside, taking care of you.
sorry, I don't remember you helping me.
That's all right.
Thank you. What's your name again?
Fran. My
Oh,
name is Fran.
oh, I know. It's a little boy named Ron. Oh, it's a little boy I know.
Well,
You should meet him sometime.
I should. And I'm sure I will. But until then, you rest.
Oh, all right. Thank you, Fran. Thank you. She rolls over. In a few moments, she goes to sleep. You can hear her
And
breathing heavily as she trails off.
Fran picks up the wooden box. And he leaves quietly. And it takes him what feels like a longer time to go down the stairs. And even as people are passing him by, he feels like everything is in slow motion. People are a blur. He can't really hear anything around him. It feels muffled. And he gets to the bottom step. And he looks up and he sees Lilith and he sees A. And he just breaks down. He like leans against the wall and slides down it and just starts to cry. But instead of crying as hard as he did before when he was scared, this time he's crying to let everything out. And in a few minutes, he just stands up. He regains his composure and he puts the letter on A's chest and walks over to Lilith and gives her a hug.
A takes the letter. He woke while you were crying. He holds the letter and he sits there as you hug Lilith. And this person who you grew up with, person who probably is one of the few who understands exactly how you're feeling in this moment, holds on to you as you hold on to them, and she wails out.
And he holds her while she cries.
For the first time for her since all this has happened, she is showing emotion. She's been stepping up in ways that many can relate to. When someone you care about falls ill or falls away, and suddenly a child must become an adult. Lilith is 16 years old. And she is now running this church. Probably will be for the rest of her life. It's not something she was against, but it's definitely not something she expected so soon. "15 minutes go by, Fran, as she holds on to you, and eventually A walks over as she is whimpering, and he takes her. He nods to you. He grabs you by the back of your neck, pulls you in forehead to forehead. Proud of you.
Thank you. Somebody has to be. Lilith.
Yes. Yes. Sorry,
My sister.
yes.
My friend. I trust nobody more than you to do what is necessary.
Of course. Do what I can to keep her here, but she was
No,
bound and
that is not what
determined.
I'm talking about. You can do this.
Thank you.
Believe it or not, I'm pretty sure she was already pre-training you.
Mm-hmm. Haven't seen my little sister in a couple days. I think I might tomorrow go visit her though.
Absolutely. There are plenty of people who will take care of the church while you're away.
Is that okay?
You're in charge, is it?
I don't know.
And he smiles. Yes. It's okay. If Yolanda can walk away and fuck my grandpa over here, and he points to A, you can go visit your sister. I'm sure it's pretty much fine.
Okay.
You're fine.
Okay.
Just don't fuck my grandpa. And he like pats her on the shoulder and walks
God,
away.
no. No offense, but you're just not my type. And he goes, "That's fair. That's fair."
And
you're not my type either.
Franz starts to laugh, and he looks at A and gives him like the most it feels so off for him, but he does like finger guns at A. And he's just like, make sure you deliver that note or my dad's going to get worried about me. I have an old friend to go visit here in the pub and also save a friend from the pub's owner. So I've got quite the bucket list. Y'all have a wonderful day. And Fran is going to head over to Agatha's bar.
Right. It takes you about 15, 20 minutes to get over to Agatha's bar. Roughly since you've last seen Ragnar, it's been about an hour.
Oh,
you enter the building and the lights are completely off. Everything's good. Ragnar. Roll performance for me.
Oh no.
Hold on, I gotta get my fucking stats up. Well, that's gonna roll bad.
Oh no.
I should probably switch dice. I'm not going to. Is it performance?
Yep.
$18.
You made it sound like that was going to be a bad roll.
Right?
It fell on the floor.
Man, made it sound like you've got like a 3 up in here.
It always falls on the floor, rolls bad.
So, Fran, you know what is her room. And you go and you knock on the door. And you hear kind of like someone waking up. Ragnar, not only did y'all have a good time, if you in fact enjoy such things, she fell asleep in your arms and snuggled next to you in a comforting manner. She just looks really comfortable in your arms. Despite how she's acted up to this point, it seems that she genuinely cares. Sure, she's a lust at first sight type of gal, but it appears that she genuinely does care. And the knocking at the door causes her to make this grumpy face as she wakes up. Sits up, she rolls out of bed, and then she stops and looks at you. Oh my god, it wasn't a dream. Yes! And she runs around the bed and gives you a kiss on your cheek. Loyal. Like the best hoe you ever had. And she proceeds to throw on her clothes. And she stops at the door. And it's funny. She collects herself and makes herself look grumpy. And she opens the door. What the hell do you want?
Came to see Ragnar?
How dare you interrupt our time of passion? Have you no respect?
Right now? No.
Fair. Ragnar, honey.
I'm putting on my small clothes. So that's my form is done for the day.
So Fran's like covering his mouth, but like arms are crossed like
Don't you laugh at him. He's more of a man than he'll ever be.
You're probably right.
Did you get the stuff?
Yep. Got everything you needed.
Cool. Where are we going now?
You're going to the ship, and he hands you the he hands you the papers and stuff. Here's a minor healing recipe, potion of exhaustion recipe, potion of paralysis recipe, and then they didn't have a recipe for it, but there's a potion of growth.
I wonder if I can reverse engineer it. Yeah, we'll see what I can do.
But you head to the ship. Agatha. There's a patron here that I need to see.
Uppity. human.
Yeah.
Big old paladin armor that says Kingdom United smells of rich, pompous assholes. Yet he wants to sleep in the back corner.
Yeah, that's the one.
He said he'd be coming by. But he also said for me not to say nothing. He's not in his room right now.
No, where is he?
He said he'd be seeing you tonight around midnight.
Ah.
At your ship.
Ah.
And he said you got nothing to explain. He understands. Whatever the hell that means.
What?
Said he understands.
Fran is going to immediately run, like past Gragnar and straight to the boat.
It's currently about 11 o'clock, 11:30. By the time you get there, you'll be about 15 minutes early to be in there.
So Fran's gonna like run onto the like out of breath, looking for Sam. Sam! Sam!
What?
Inquisitor K is coming here.
Right now?
At midnight!
God damn it. Get to my office right now.
I no, he's coming to see me.
I know, but you specifically?
Yes, so I really can't be at the meeting tonight at midnight, so I have to take care of this so y'all don't get fucked up.
Okay,
kind of a big deal if an Inquisitor is coming looking for us.
Oh, okay, alright, okay, where is everybody else?
I don't fucking know. You're the one in charge.
Ragnar is literally right behind you. Everyone else has already arrived.
Oh, okay. I was like, I didn't know if I was still walking.
As bad as it sounds, I was gonna stop for potion ingredients on the.
Ragnar, no! No. Time sensitive. I will literally buy you anything the next morning.
Let's not be meta. Ragnar, would you go for those potion ingredients first?
Yeah.
All right. You know what? For shits and giggles, we're gonna cut to Ragnar being at the potion store.
Well, you said there was like a market district in front of the. Ooh, I probably shouldn't.
We need to play like the Legend of Zelda. With
Beetle. Oh my god! Can we have a Beetle NPC?
Church.
Yeah.
What were those? What was the recipes I have again? I forgot the second one. The minor healing and what?
You have minor healing. Potion of exhaustion, and then potion of paralysis.
DM, I request a Beetle NPC shop keep.
There you go. I posted it in the messages.
Beetle NPC shopkeep. We'll see about that. That might have to be somewhere else. But Ragnar, what's your passive perception?
Oh no, it's terrible. Like really bad. It's 9.
Cool.
Yeah, wisdom's my dump stat.
You go on shopping. What are you looking for?
Ingredients for a potion of minor healing, and I'll ask around for stuff for growth potions. I'm gonna see if I can like reverse engineer using the one that I have. I'll sacrifice that one if I need to on the ship and see if I can make a greater healing potions.
You go to buy a couple different things, but then you're kind of ushered by people to a particular shop. You're like, oh, there's a little shop over there that's got all the stuff you need for potions. All in one place. Oh, we got things for teas and things like that, but ain't much for potions.
I'm gonna do an insight, even though I'm gonna fail it. I'm trying to make sure I'm not being like specifically led, like nefariously astray. Like I know someone's probably gonna fucking rip me off, but nefariously astray considering the information I have been told, even though I stopped anyway.
Oh boy.
Oh shit, what the fuck? I never roll that high for insight. 17.
It's not being nefarious. As far as you can tell, this old coot is being pretty straightforward. He's only selling tea leaves, and you're asking for potion equipment. He is pointing you to a particular shopkeep down the way.
I'll head down to that shopkeep.
And you do. As you walk over, you stand next to someone there, and you're going through. The shopkeep is talking to that other individual. Yes, I need ingredients for potions of healing, specifically the shroom juice that's used for it. Oh, we don't have the shroom juice. We have the holy water, and we have some of the other plants that are used for it. Like hibiscus is pretty good for it as a substitute to the shroom. Hibiscus, that's new. I'll take that. And
what's the person look like that's in line before me?
The person you're standing next to is a tallish blonde individual with
I'm walking away.
piercing
I have
eyes.
his description written down. I'm walking away.
Ragnar.
It's like pretty much I like walk down the lines like, oh.
Ragnar, don't you want to buy your potion equipment?
I'm running.
I'll see you at the ship, buddy. If you could go ahead and place an order for all the things that he needed, I have a list. And have it sent to the ship run by Sam, please.
This is so bad.
I feel a looming dread.
We're gonna die.
Also, if you could do me a favor, can I get that jerky in the back? Thank you. This town has really good jerky, and he proceeds to pay and walk away.
He's the one that gave me the black spot, right?
Yeah, he's the one who gave you the black spot.
Oh, fuck.
So bad.
And he proceeds to walk off whistling. Fran, as you are running towards Gragnar to find him, Gragnar, you're running towards Fran. I need you both to make a dex save because you're both running like madmen.
I get a +5. That's fine. A 16.
Y'all are both gonna just sound like Courage the
All
Cowardly
right.
Dog.
So
trying to
you
explain
both go
something.
and you are running through the crowd and you almost run into each other and you just kind of like deja vu and swiftly shift to the side.
To the ship.
I told you you were supposed to be heading there. And
Man, I needed potion ingredients. I expect to run into fucking K immediately.
And so while Fran is running, he's like rolling down his sleeves and buttoning them up and putting his gloves on. And he gets back to the ship with Gragnar, and she's like, "Okay, I found."
Jesus. Okay, can we say that Sam gathered everybody else up too?
The hell is wrong with
everyone's
you?
already there. Everyone's already on their way.
And he looks up and he sees Seraphina and goes, "Calypso!" and then grabs her, picks her up, and runs down to the bottom of the deck.
Whoa! What the fuck is going on, friend?
And he sits her down and is like, "Shush!
Don't shush me!"
The dude with the gave you the black spot is coming this way. I need you to just know.
But
know.
he doesn't know who I am.
Right.
We got rid of it.
Right. He doesn't know who you are. He doesn't know. Yeah, right. He doesn't know who you are. It's fine. It's fine. This is
Why
fine.
are you freaking out?
Hey,
He wants to kill you.
I'm not functional as a doctor right now, so if you're gonna have anxiety attacks, please do it up top.
Who the fuck?
Who the fuck is? You know what?
The doctor.
I'm the doctor, but I'm also high as fuck because it's
Oh my god, this is so awful. Just do me a favor. Just sit down here and
I'm
shut
not
the
gonna
fuck up.
fucking hide, Fran.
Just I don't need you talking shit to this man because I know y'all don't like him. Please don't die again, and he's gonna run upstairs.
You want to hit?
Now's as good of a time as any.
I'm just gonna stare at him and just sit down.
Yeah, the immersion for a
Hide
second.
elsewhere because I've been.
I thought you were gonna be like, yeah, I want to hit that Inquisitor right in the face.
Decently pretty eyes.
So Fran is
Wait,
going to
what
come
is he
back
saying?
What?
What did he say? I didn't hear what you said. Everyone was
He
talking.
said you have pretty eyes.
Decently pretty eyes. Don't overestimate yourself.
That's not what I said.
I
So
hear a
Fran is
voice.
gonna run back up and meet up with Sam and be like, okay, where's Gragnar? Did he hide? I'm gonna
already
assume
hid.
he's
I already hid.
assume
I'm also gonna
he's
cast fucking Ashen Form of myself to make it extra. Fuck no.
No,
I'm
don't do
hiding.
that. He can sense magic.
Well, too late. I have already done
Son
it.
of a bitch.
Okay. Everybody, just fucking be cool. Just be fucking cool.
And Fran is gonna turn to Sam. I am cool. What are you talking about?
While his eye is like twitching and bleeding.
Just character. Wait, and then, you know what? Fran's gonna stop. Who the fuck is this guy? And he's gonna point to Wolf.
Ellie sent him.
Oh, nice to meet you. I'm Fran. Introductions later. Act busy, and he's gonna walk off the ship.
Seraphina's gonna come out of the room.
Yeah, I'm hiding. Fuck that. Do I need to roll stealth?
I mean, in Ashen form, you could try.
Do I do it at advantage in Ashen?
Hell no. You turn yourself into magical sprinkle dust as far as a fucking Inquisitor is concerned.
Am I proficient in stealth? No, I'm not. 22.
Ooh.
That's great.
I'm dispersed, so it kind of helps. We can like hide it as a magical effect on the ship.
In one single spot.
Yeah, that's beautiful, really. That's brilliant. You know, gorgeous.
So do we
really.
see?
It's,
Do I see Inquisitor K at all?
you don't see him at this time. Sam,
Yeah.
it is midnight. If you're going to
Oh, that
drop
was fast.
Pearl, now is the time.
Oh God.
Otherwise, you'll have to wait a whole another 24 hours, which will push you back 48 hours.
Shit. Okay.
Seraphina's gonna come out of the room and just, what the fuck is going on?
I was like, actually, great. Better yet, you come with me. We're gonna go take care of this. You guys man the ship, okay? Bye. And then she's gonna grab Seraphina by the wrist, and we're gonna go underneath the dock.
Yeah, okay. Fuck. Okay, sure. Oh, God. Today has been just the absolute worst.
I feel like I'm missing some context here.
And Fran's gonna just
Who the fuck are
slowly turn to
you?
Luke.
Like, you don't even know.
He's like, so, Ellie sent you?
Yeah. My name's Luke. Nice to meet you. Is the mayor coming?
No, he's not.
I can sense some panic coming here. Is something coming?
You know, the less you know, the better it is for everyone in the situation.
Should I prepare?
Not to fight, but act busy. Go swab the deck or whatever lingo that is that you need to.
Deck.
And we are going to cut to Sam and Seraphina.
Now, granted, I want to walk far enough away from the ship where, like,
Which hand are you grabbing?
Your left. Because I'm grabbing it with my right, because that's my actual hand.
Oh, okay.
And then I'm just kind of taking it, like, look, just be cool. We're going to meet up with a friend of mine. They're going to help us navigate. So we just need to be away from this.
What the fuck was
situation
Fran
right now.
talking about with Inquisitor K and...
I don't know. Apparently he's coming to see Fran at the ship. I don't know, but the further we're away from this situation, the better.
You guys forget, I have this. And she points to the protection bracelet that Viera gave her a long time ago.
Okay, we might not even need that yet, though. So I assume they're trying to play everything as cool as possible.
Well, no, Inquisitors, who fucking knows how that's gonna go?
I don't know, but the sooner we can get navigation, get the fuck out of the city, the better for all of us. And
So
then
what do you need me to do, Sam? I don't know what...
So, you're just going to help me out here. And then she's going to...
What do you need, wings or manpower? What?
No, just shush. Just shush.
That's the second time somebody's told me to
and
shush.
I take the pearl from around my neck, and I immediately just chuck it into the water.
As you chuck into the water, at first there's nothing that really happens. It's about 30 seconds and 40 seconds that go by. And around the 60-second mark, there begins to be kind of a light bubbling. Then a rapid bubbling. Then a small glow deep at the bottom of the docks.
Sam?
And
Just
as you
be cool.
do this, there's the sound of whistling, like wind through a rocky shore. And the smell of salt on the air. This is fresh water that you're at. The river and the lake are all fresh water, but you can smell the salt of the ocean. And the water raises a bit. In probably about a 30-foot area, it raises itself and overflows onto the dock. And Sam, you hear for the first time in years a familiar voice. Hello, Sam.
Hi, Blue.
You finally decided to call.
We've been a little preoccupied. This is Serafina. She's going to be joining me on my voyage, and I'm wondering if we can get some help from you.
Of course. And as she appears out of the water, you see a mermaid with blue scales and blue tail. The water moving upwards, her tail slowly shifts into that of legs. And behind her are several other individuals. Shark folk, two of them. Two of the Kuatoa seem to be archpriests.
Ooh.
Several regular Kuatoa. Several merfolk. Again, they all approach the water, and all of them...
Kuatoa are the fish people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, they're the fish people, the ones that look like fish people.
Mm.
Should we go to the ship?
No, not at the moment. I do have some maps here. I'm just wondering if you might be able to guide us on the best paths.
I'm gonna lean... Or go ahead.
I'm just wondering if you can guide us to the best paths, possibly upriver and through the Underdark. We're needing to get to Deir Kivan.
Of course, I can give you that. We have trade routes with the drow in the area.
Mm-hmm. And then, DM, what's the name of the place we're doing the spice trade with?
So you are specifically going to a city in the Underdark. It is called Night Valley.
Okay, and I'll tell her that also, that we're trying to get there first.
It's a very small drow city. Durigar also live there. You'll find that they are quite hospitable when you approach with kindness. But beware, if you approach with any of the haughtiness that they give and claim that topsiders have, they'll treat you quite coldly.
Understood.
I'm.
then-
I was gonna say I was gonna lean into Sam. For like in whispers, like, do you think they might be good at helping us have manpower if Inquisitor K decides to do something?
What'd you say? One of the shark folk steps forward. He is a huge hammerhead shark. You say Inquisitor K. And he seems to tense up.
We might be having him show up unexpectedly.
Your Majesty, this might be our chance, and Blue raises her hand. I told you to call me Blue when we're in the surface world. We need to talk to him. We don't need anything right now. Here, Sam. Here are some notes I've written here for you. And she pulls out another pearl. And she gives it to you. And as she does, the two shark folk almost seem to clench their teeth disapprovingly, but they don't say anything. The other shark folk behind seems to be more similar to a great white. Blue. Yes. If it's all right with the captain, it would probably be good of us to at least pay our dues. I know that you are pro-Kingdom United, but you know I am not. Their kings resemble the forgotten gods. Are you denying the right to the religious sect? I'm not denying anyone's right.
I'm sorry if I brought up something touchy.
It's fine. Trouble in the nest. Oh. Sam, may I speak to you in private?
Yeah. Is my friend here okay with the group?
Is she? And she looks back.
And then she's gonna look at Seraphina and be like, "Are you?"
And she, as you look at Seraphina, she's looking at her Sharkman. As if to both say, play nice. We'll be respectful, ma'am.
It's fine.
I'll only be a minute.
And she walks you.
She'll go with Blue.
She walks you over to the side of a boat where it's harder to see. I need to give you something.
Give me something? What do you mean?
Yes. But first I must confirm something, Sam. Does your father share your name? Your guardian?
I mean, we both have the last name Sinner, if that's what you mean.
And she looks at you almost in tears. I need to give this to you. But you can't let anyone see it. If the religious sect sees you with it, they will lose their shit. You understand?
I mean, we have literally an Inquisitor on our tails. Is this going to be the best time to do this?
It's the only time to do this. Right? And she pulls out a necklace that was around her neck. Pulls it off. And what she has in her hands looks like a small fork, almost, with 3 prongs. This is something very important for you to have, so.
What do you mean? Why is it important for me to have it?
I'm so glad that you're alive.
I mean, you're the reason I'm alive. What is this about?
And as she goes to speak, you hear a familiar voice behind you. Bloody fuck are you fish faces doing here?
Oh no.
Your father's voice. You get away from my kid.
Mr. Sinner, you go back to the ship right now.
Sam, you want to get away from them right now?
Mr. Sinner, you go back to the ship right now.
Samantha!
I am to you.
Oh.
You want to step away from them right now? Y'all said you weren't gonna come nowhere near us. Sinner. He's gone. He's not fucking gone. There's no way he's fucking gone. Rebecca's dead because of you fucks. She was my sister.
What?
She was my wife. You back off.
Sinner, go back to the ship right now.
I ain't your fucking kid, Samantha. Samantha, I'm telling you right now.
You're part of my crew. I am your captain. You will do as I say. Go.
No. And he pulls his blade. You'll go back in that ocean where you belong.
Does Serafina notice any of this happening?
Yes, he is standing out in the open. And the shark folk see him. You see him.
I'm going to Misty Step in between him and the fish lady.
It's bad enough we got
What?
one devil hunting us down. We don't need another because y'all came up here.
I think this has gone far enough.
Blue, I'm very sorry. Blue,
No.
I'm sorry.
No. He has every right to be upset. After all, we all lost something on that ship, didn't we? You don't get to say nothing. You let her go with him, and this is what happened. Now, I raised her as best I could, and that's my kid, and I ain't giving her up for nothing, you hear? And you ain't gonna take nothing no more.
Nobody's giving up anybody.
Fuck out of my way.
No, you're going to stop and put the sword away.
I don't think you understand a thing about me. I suggest whether you...
And I don't think you understand a thing about me. Now, I've told you as many times, go back to the ship. I'm handling business here. Go back to the ship.
And as he stands and the shark folk begin to approach, he sits there with... You've never known your father to be this abstinent to you. Normally he respects your freedom. He has always done that. Even though he's been absentee, he has always respected it. And it is almost unnerving in concept that he is so adamant. Sam? Sam?
What?
I raised you as best I could.
You didn't raise me. You didn't. You were gone. And I've come to terms with that.
Stand, Sam.
But you're not going to come down here and start bulldogging your way through my life. You're not going to do that, old man.
Tell her. Tell her what happened. Sinner, tell her what happened. Because you know I can't. You fucking spells, you know I can't!
What is he talking about?
I made him swear that he wouldn't say a word.
About what?
About your mother.
What about her?
Your mother was a merfolk.
Oh.
What?
Your mother was my sister. Your mother was a merfolk. I didn't know I was going to run into you again, Sam. I didn't know it was you that I saved.
What do you mean, merfolk? She was on land my whole life.
Yep.
What do you mean?
The woman who raised you wasn't your mother, Sam. Your mother was
What?
Rebecca. She died on a ship. Keep going. She died on a ship because your father came for you.
What? No, my mom's name is Rose. She died from plague 5 years ago.
Rose is my wife. She didn't die from plague. She had an expiration date on her. Because we agreed to raise you as our own. And we loved you as best we could. Raise you as best I could, considering the constraints put on me. Your father is a bit more of a complicated individual. My sister fell in love with a man, gave birth to you, and he came back for you. Once she realized what he was, she said no. And hellfire rained from the sky for it. You leave her alone, Blue. She's not here for your politics. She's not here for none of that. She's gonna live her life. She's gonna be a captain like she always wanted to be, or whatever the fuck she wants. I just want her to have the option. That trident on your necklace gives you the option. And the two shark folk look at you. They see the trident. And they snarl. You can't be kidding me.
What do you mean, the option? Option for what?
You're gonna give a landwalker the right to trial? A fucking mud skipper? Uatoa. The Queen's lost her mind. Take the trident back. And with that, Sam and Serafina roll for initiative.
Oh. Actually,
It's lunchtime.
time for lunch. First break, guys.
Fuck.
God damn.
I thought we could de-escalate that, but okay.
Time for lunch. Time for lunch. Time for lunch.
Alright,
The shark
breathe now.
folk feel compelled to dance.
God. If there was
The
ever
power of a bard. Brad's like on the boat in the distance.
I should have stayed in my room.